Heaven exists. And by the end of this video, you will have the exact tools to experience heaven right now. Not someday. Not when you retire with a whole lot of money. Not when everything lines up perfectly in your external world. My claim to you is that you can literally experience heaven right now. And this is not only a claim that I am making, but it is actually a claim that all religions have been making for thousands of years. Now, I want you to think about why you even want physical things in the first place. Why do you want achievements in the first place? Why do you want that girl, that guy, that money, that car, that watch, that house? It's not for bragging rights. It's not just to experience physical achievements. That's not why we want and desire these things. You desire these things because of how you believe they will make you feel. That is it. The thing is, whenever we attach our internal state with our external world, we have fallen into hell. So, for you to experience heaven, we have to first step out of hell. And the whole notion of hell, according to ancient wisdom and religious texts and even philosophy, is a notion that speaks on attachment to the external world. That is what hell is. And so, step one, you want to experience heaven, step out of hell. Stop making the external world and your external circumstances dictate how you feel. One example of this is, I was listening to a podcast of a Buddhist monk that went on a Buddhist retreat in a monastery for 6 years. And that whole experience changed his life for the better. But the life that he described in this monastery resembled a life that people live in prison. I mean, he has tasks, he's got to clean around the temple, he has to eat at a certain time. The way he described this monastery seemed to me as if he was describing a prison. And that made me think, when people go to prison, they could literally reframe their whole experience as a retreat, as a spiritual retreat. And that reframe instantly brings them out of hell and into their desired reality. They begin to control their internal world, and they do not allow the external world to dictate their internal world. So, how could you apply this to your life right now? Because I am about to give you a 2-step process to experience heaven right now. And I don't want you to take this for granted. This might sound simple, but I really want you to explore what I'm about to share. So, step 1, you must understand what heaven looks like for you, not just on the outside, but also on the inside. How do you feel? How would heaven feel like for you? Would you feel powerful, peaceful, abundant? loving, how would you feel? And then step 2 is relish in that reality while the physical world begins to slowly take shape. So don't be too dependent on what the physical and external reality looks like for you right now, because that will slowly take shape once you relish in heaven internally. And I would liken this to a dream. Think of your reality, think of waking reality as a more dense dream. If you've ever experienced lucid dreaming, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. Anything that pops into your head in a lucid dream with enough conviction instantly materializes. All you need is conviction and clarity. That's it. In a lucid dream, if I think about Drake will pop up instantly. When you extrapolate this to physical reality or waking reality, what you get is a more dense dream, because matter as we know it is a much more dense form of consciousness. And so your internal world and your thoughts and your consciousness and your emotions will take time to materialize in physical reality. But why do you care? You shouldn't care, because you are not attached to your external world, right? You shouldn't be, if you want to experience heaven. So follow these 2 steps, and I promise you, you will experience heaven right now. And I'm gonna leave you with this, okay? Since you've watched to the end of this video, the Quran teaches us that God has written our destinies. But in the Quran, it still says that we all have free will. So what is it? Do we have free will, or is our destiny predetermined? At first glance, this might confuse you, but if you look deeper, you'll find the key to life. And that key is that God is infinite. The possibilities and the destinies He has for you are infinite. There are an infinite amount of realities that He has written for you as destinies. But it is up to you to select a destiny or reality or frequency to experience in this lifetime. So it's all up for grabs. Will you align to your desired reality? Will you align to your destiny of choice or not? Ciao, ciao.